Hey there, internet world. It's Wasted Potential 616 back again with a comic review. Now, let's talk about Siege, the Cabal, issue 1. Nice David Finch cover there. Okay, this is the first part, obviously, to the Siege crossover, which is going to tie up, well, apparently it's going to tie up everything from Dark Reign to bits of Secret Invasion, bits of Civil War, even bits of Avengers Dissasemble. But yeah, I'm excited about this. Before I go into the issue itself, I am excited about this event. Now, apparently, it's going to be the event, sort of end all of, the major events. It's going to sort of touch upon all those events which I've just previously mentioned. The cynical part of me is like, yeah, right, blah blah blah, it's probably going to end and lead into another crossover, but hopefully not. Now, the premise is quite good. Well, it's kind of two premises, really. One of the premises is basically Norman Osborn is going to invade Asgard, and the ramifications of that. At the same time, as we all probably know, this is going to lead to his downfall and the re-emergence of a classic Avengers lineup. So, should be good. Now, the issue itself is very reminiscent of the Dark Reign one-shot, well, it was Secret Invasion Dark Reign one-shot, which followed Secret Invasion, which was the bridge between Secret Invasion and Dark Reign. Obviously, it features the Cabal. It also, obviously, having the same artist, writer being Bendis, as the same artist, who is Michael Lark, which is nice, I think. It's a nice sort of continuity thing. It kind of bookends the rise of the Cabal and the downfall of the Cabal. There's a consistency to it, which is good, I think. Now, the issue itself, this is a setup issue, by the way. Okay. Obviously, because it's the first part of the major crossover. But there's a few treats in there as well. Now, it begins with Norman Osborn chatting to his alter ego in his mind, the Green Goblin, he's sort of justifying this invasion which he's planning. And it's interesting the way he justifies it, not only to himself but to others, because there seems to be an element of he believes what he's doing is right. It kind of reminds me a little bit of sometimes when Lex Luthor justifies his actions, in this belief that mankind's destiny should be controlled by man, not by aliens or metahumans. It's a little bit like that. And then it leads into the meeting of the Cabal. Now, the Cabal is very different from its original incarnation. There's no Emma Frost, there's no Namor. In fact, things that ended very badly with them. And Doctor Doom is invited along, and one of the disputes Norman has with Doom. Well, Doom has a problem with him. It's like, sort this out with Namor and blah blah. Anyway, they don't sort it out verbally, let's say. I don't want to spoil it, but basically, there's a bit of action there, there's a fight, but also there's brilliant dialogue. And I have to say this for Bendis, sometimes he's not the greatest writer. I've been frustrated with a lot of his work sometimes, but this was very good. The character interaction and the characterization of the characters is brilliant in this. Norman Osborn is sort of 1 minute quite controlled and diplomatic, and the next he kind of loses it. And then Doom is done perfectly. His arrogance, his disdain, the air of grandeur is just perfect, and the way the dialogue between the two is very entertaining. But then also little subtler things. Loki, the way he communicates with people, the way he subtly manipulates. You can see him manipulating Norman, but also the Hood. And as you know, the Hood kind of owes him because he's got his powers back through Loki. It's odd how Loki isn't a girl anymore, but that's probably been touched upon in Thor, which I haven't really been able to follow. Yeah, as I say, the dialogue, and there's a nice bit of action, and that's all very good. Very entertaining. Also, Norman's, keep calling him Harry, secret weapon, the guy that's been protecting him, doesn't actually seem to be the Sentry as people sort of once thought. Because the way the Sentry is introduced a bit later, it just doesn't mesh. So that's something, you know, something to look forward to see what happens. Anyway, all of that is absolutely brilliant. And then you see Norman sort of trying to convince the President, you know, to allow this invasion, and I'm sure some people will make comparisons between the Iraq or Afghanistan war. I'd rather not. I don't want to get into it too much, you know. But it's interesting to see, and basically, an event is needed to justify the invasion, which the Loki sort of subtly suggests, which we all know is going to happen. So, yeah. Now, that's the end of that issue. Brilliant, entertaining, a lot to look forward to. It's got me excited about the whole event, the next series. Now I have to talk about the previous Siege #1. Talking of that event, which has sparked everything. It has, I always forget this guy's name, the tubby guy from the Warriors 3. What is his name? V, begins with V or something. Very quickly. Volstagg. Yeah, basically he's out trying to sort of do a Thor, and he's been set up to be in an event very reminiscent to what caused Civil War. And it looks like an American football field. Sorry, for my American viewers, football. You need to kick a ball for it to be soccer to football. Anyway, sorry guys. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the beginning of Civil War. Some people might complain about this. I think it kind of makes sense, you know. It's kind of logical. They've seen what an event. It just, if we want to go through with this, we want to get things to happen quickly. That's how this happened, so let's do it this way. So I don't have a problem with that, you know. I think some people do, but I think that's fine. Now, it was only a short preview, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole event. This is an issue. I think it's worth it just for the stuff with Doctor Doom. Brilliant, very entertaining. Now the event itself, apparently it's toned down a little bit now in comparison to previous events. Yeah, it has, and you know, I think you might be able to just get away with getting the miniseries itself, but I think it would add to the enjoyment to get the rest of things. Now I'm not too bothered because a lot of the titles that are in this I already get. I'm going to have to get Thor and some of the little Avengers Initiative, which I've actually felt like I should have been reading anyway, because I've read little bits and pieces. It's always been very good. So yeah, I'm not sure how much time I've got, so I might need to stop, but top marks for this. Very entertaining issue, nice art, brilliant dialogue, nice little moments. Yeah, and in general I'm excited about the event, so yeah, I'll see you later guys. And oh yeah, I should probably say this, yeah, if you want to subscribe or give this a score or whatever, you know, yeah, please do. Anyway, look after yourself guys, and yeah, bye. Ooh.